Strap in and get ready. You're about to experience Talking NASCAR with Brandon and Clint.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us here on Talking NASCAR with Brandon and Clint. I'm Clint.
I'm Brandon.
And let's get started. I've been drinking a little drink, our new sponsor for this week.
New sponsor, exciting.
Bud Light Water.
Oh.
Right there, yeah. Taste the, what did you call it? It was the skunk water of St. Louis.
St. Louis skunk water.
St. Louis skunk water. It is here in Canada 4% alcohol.
Wow.
And it does not taste amazing. But go over to budlight.com/biz /talking NASCAR for your chance to win fake Clint bucks. Ask Brandon what Clint bucks are.
Every time I hear you say backslash, I think you're saying backsplash.
Also backsplash and Sunsplash. Our second sponsor, Sunsplash in Cape Coral, Florida.
There we go. That's a throwback.
Disney Water Park.
Poor man's Disney Water Park. I wonder if they're still open.
They are. I was there a couple years ago.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. They actually have some new attractions and a whole new section, depending on the last time you were there. New section.
Oh, it's only been 30 years.
Then there's a new section.
Oh.
Do you remember when Cape Fear was the new slide?
I do.
Yeah, I still love to ride that, but not the new slide.
Oh,
anywho,
that's a bummer. Okay, you solved a lot of problems there.
Yeah, so I just want to thank again Bud Light and Sunsplash and Cape Coral, Florida for your generous sponsorship of this episode. And just to get started on this episode, I wanted to talk about the car of tomorrow, which was yesterday in the car of generational text. Yeah.
Right.
They stopped racing it in 2012. Well, 19?
2019?
I'm pretty sure car tomorrow went all the way through Gen 6.
I was going to say, when did Gen 6 start? That was Gen 6 was not a car of tomorrow.
It wasn't. Okay.
No.
Okay.
See, we're solving a lot of problems here.
We are. We don't even know when the car tomorrow was. Car tomorrow started in 2007.
Yes,
they did 5 races.
Yes.
Short tracks, and then they moved on to full time in 2008. If you guys remember, it had the big, giant, ugly wing on it initially, which in a previous episode we discussed how there was actually a purpose for that wing, and it was to less dirty up the air behind the car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to talk about the wing car. That was awful. I do not. It was awful looking, I should say.
Sure.
And my premise for this was I was watching last weekend the 2011 Homestead race where Tony Stewart won the championship, and I weirdly still got tingly when I watched it happen.
Yeah. I mean, that was a great race. That was exciting. The fact that there was a tie.
It was a tie. I watched Tony and his race go from like mid-pack, move up to the front, had the thing go through his grill, went to the back, moved back up to the front, had a pit stop error, went back up to the front, and then win the race. But
it was kind of a soap opera.
It was. It was probably, if you had to script the perfect ending to a championship, that was probably it. Regardless if Carl Edwards or Tony Stewart had won, that would have been a fantastic championship ending.
Definitely.
But having watched that race, and then I watched another race after that, don't quote me on what race it was, I don't remember. But I was watching it going, you know what? That car raced fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
And what got me thinking was, I think, because I'm sure, as you know, Dale Jr. has come out saying that every car tomorrow was awful handling. Right.
I have a quote from his tweet. He called it in August 14, 2019, the car of tomorrow, quote unquote, trash.
Quote unquote trash. But I think, hear me out, the worse that the car drives, the better the racing.
Okay.
And if you had to go back, you would say probably the 80s cars were not particularly good driving cars. and the racing was very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the 90s cars. The 90s cars had a lot of power, and so they were hard to manage. So in that
Sure.
case, probably not great handling wise.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have the next gen car,
Mm-hmm.
which, as far as car handling goes, handles too well.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of thinking, and my premise for this was, I think the car tomorrow was better than we gave it credit for because it was ugly,
Sure.
but that it was actually a decent racing car. And I have no facts and figures to back this up,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but I think from the eye test, having watched a couple races, I think it was a better racing car. What do
Okay.
you think?
So I guess my question to you would be then that we don't necessarily need manufacturer specific styling
I
for
don't know that
cars.
that part matters.
Okay.
I said I'm not judging it, but the looks were awful. It looked awful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't mind. I don't like. I would prefer the next gen car is very clearly that's a Camaro. That's very clearly a
Mm-hmm.
Mustang. That's
Sure.
a Camry for some reason. They're racing a Mustang and a Camaro. Um, but I prefer that. But I think they drive too well.
Okay.
I think they're too planted, and they need more. They need more power, less grip. They need the drivers to drive
Sure.
and not hold it down, bonsai into every corner.
Sure.
And so I think from a fan perspective,
Mm-hmm.
the racing itself, as for as bad as the car supposedly drove, and I don't know, I didn't drive it.
Sure.
Um, I think the racing was better for the cars being worse.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with you. I think there are several things about the next gen car that get on my nerves. I'm still not over the fact that there's one freaking lug nut.
Yes, nope, don't like
It,
that.
it freaking stupid, ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like what sort of
there's no
Europe?
cars on the road that have one lug nut.
No, exactly.
It doesn't follow, like, for everything else they wanted to do to be like a production car.
Yeah.
That doesn't do it.
Yes, absolutely. I don't like how large the wheels are. Um, I don't know. I think it's not they're not true stock cars now. And I don't know if the
Which
car of
again, they
tomorrow.
haven't been in a long time, but
That's true. That's true. But I mean, I think it's worse now than ever before.
yeah,
I think the car of tomorrow was more of a true stock car because the
in the
fundamentals were
sense of a
still there.
true NASCAR stock car built car. Yes, not a
Y-
necessarily OEM production car.
yes, yes.
I think the next gen is a more uh, closer aligned to an OEM car
Mm-hmm.
with the
Sure.
independent rear suspension and all of the big wheels and stuff like that. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
closer to that. Um, but as far as a hand built stock car goes, yeah, I agree. The car tomorrow, the Gen 6 car, even was more representative of a stock car NASCAR car
Sure.
for sure.
Sure.
Um, which I think, and I could be wrong here, and maybe I'm making this up on the spot, prioritized power over handling.
Mm-hmm.
They were basically trying to get the car to a car that was, as far as technology goes, archaic.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to take in an archaic car and rein in 950 horsepower.
You're talking for the car of tomorrow or for
For
Gen
the car
6?
tomorrow, yes.
Yeah, sure, sure.
The car
Well, I mean,
tomorrow,
I
Gen
mean
6 car,
the entire thing was safety,
yeah,
right? I mean, the entire thing was, with some of the changes that they made to the inside of the car. I
yeah.
think that
The
the
fall,
roll
they
cage
feed
is
over,
much larger or more. The driver is more secure in the car than ever
yeah.
before.
Which
You know,
again, safety is great. Like I have no
sure,
beef
yeah, yeah,
with safety.
yeah, yeah. No, so I think I don't know how much that when they again, it's been a while since they did
Yeah,
this, but my understanding of it at the time, at least, was that it was very much sold as well, changes have needed to be made for a long time for safety
yeah,
reasons. And it just so happened to make the racing a little bit more exciting, as you're pointing out, in a lot of respects, because it seemed like there was more, just a little more skill involved
exactly.
with the approaches that drivers had to take.
Yeah.
Now it's I don't know. I mean, there's so many drivers now where you'll see them have flashes of greatness other than Cody Ware,
It's
and
his
I'm
time is
like,
coming. His time is coming.
his time's coming. This year's champion,
Yeah.
or no, or what do we say? He's going to win a Daytona race or something.
The Daytona Summer Race is our prediction.
Okay, I was going to say if he wins the Daytona 500, I'm out. Like this
Yeah.
season is screwed, But I don't know where I was going with that. Just picking on Cody Ware, really. But I do think,
I
there
think that's
are.
an every episode thing for us. We have to pick on him at least once.
Yes, absolutely. It's a tradition here.
Sorry, Cody.
We have fake sponsors, and we make fun of Cody Ware, and we talk about why we don't like Denny Hamlin, why we don't like Joey Logano, and
Joey Logano in particular,
who else don't we like? There's quite a few we don't like, but I do think. Why do you think some drivers really? Because obviously, Jimmy Johnson, he he did just fine with the car of tomorrow. Why do you think some drivers had such a difficult time? Because to go back to the discussion earlier about Dale Jr., he struggled so mightily. This shift to the car of tomorrow is happening right as he's transitioning. Within the first few years of his time with Hendrick. 2007 was his last year with DEI. And he had 8 career wins with Hendrick, 8 or 9 career wins.
Yeah.
And it was a major downturn.
As
forward,
you were saying that, I was thinking about the people who won championships in the car tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Johnson obviously won a good portion of them.
Yes.
Won. Brad Keselowski won.
Yeah, Keselowski was 2012. Yeah.
Yeah. So if are we going to say 2007 to 2012?
Yeah, I think that's
okay. Yeah, that sounds right. Other than Keselowski, I don't know what his background is necessarily, but the other two was dirt track or dirt style racing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was the ability to have more power than the car could handle and to be able to control it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
To drive it loose. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
that has something to do with it. The ability to be, because Kyle Busch was very dominant during that. He didn't win a championship during that time.
Sure.
But he won his first year with Gibbs, he won 8 races.
Sure. Yeah.
He won the very first race in the car tomorrow. Got out,
Mm-hmm.
famously said he drives like crap.
Mm-hmm.
A guy who famously drives on edge, doesn't work out in this next gen car, but certainly worked out in the other cars that he drove, that he could drive it right on the edge and save it, which
Mm-hmm.
is a very dirt track. I know he had a little bit of dirt track experience too. So
sure. Well, I mean, and it makes sense, that Tony Stewart did win one of his championships, happened to be in this car. He's a sprint car guy.
Yep.
And I mean, look at it, watch a sprint car race. That's good training for that sort of.
Yeah. So it's throttle control for sure.
He was certainly able to adjust quicker, but even that, there are other drivers though that raced on dirt, that had background on dirt, that still did not adjust well to this car of tomorrow. And so I don't know.
Like that, yeah, that's. I felt like maybe the car punched a big hole in the air.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very bulbous front end,
Mm-hmm.
Particularly during that era, and I don't know if that did something for it. In watching the couple races I watched, I remember cars could catch people and then pass them.
Sure. And
again, nothing to say. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what racing is. That's a different topic for another day. But I think if you catch a guy and you're clearly faster, you shouldn't have the ability to just aero block somebody necessarily.
So for the car tomorrow, the splitter is different than the next gen car. How is the splitter different? Do you remember?
Well, if you remember, the first iteration of the car tomorrow was an exposed splitter.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, it was kind of the big flat piece, and then it had
Sure.
all the metal bars hanging down, holding it up. And then in the next kind of iteration of was a year or two into that, they
Mhm.
filled in that cavity, but it was still there.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. Obviously, when Dale Jr. is on the show, we'll ask him what the what difference was between the valence and the splitter, because like I honestly don't know what it did different to the air that made it feel different. I kind of always assumed they did something different with the shocks to keep this, because I think, well, before the valence you could kind of cut it at an angle
Mm-hmm.
it off from hitting the ground, whereas with the
Mm-hmm.
splitter it had to be flat, so they had to do different with the shocks to keep it from dragging.
Sure.
And I
Okay.
think
That makes sense.
maybe that feel made it different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, without getting it, I don't know
Yeah.
the geometry of it, but and how
Sure.
that
Sure.
worked. But I assume the feel of the car would be different. Plus, it was a heavier car, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You sat more towards the middle. I'm sure if somebody's used to hanging out on the left, I mean, if you go way back, you see some drivers basically had their head outside the window.
Mm-hmm.
Dale Earnhardt Sr. would use a sledgehammer and beat his floor down to as low as he could,
Sure.
and basically lay over, and drive that way. So, um, it was different that way. And do you remember it was a Charlotte race, the All Star race that Sam Hornish Jr. was in? It was the first time they really cocked that car out sideways.
Oh, okay. No, I don't recall.
You have to go back and watch it. It was the craziest looking thing. But then, like but after that, so what happened is he basically it would crab walk like this, down the straightaway. And
Okay.
what happens as soon as he'd get in I'll put a picture up here.
Sure.
But definitely go back and watch some video of it.
Okay.
You go into a corner. When he would go into a corner, it would basically the air would hit dead on the side of the car and give it a ton of downforce. And it made, I mean, be frank here, it made Sam Hornish Jr. fast.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. And then whatever they did, NASCAR outlawed it the next week, but then everyone found ways to recreate it in other ways. And then NASCAR had to kind of chase it around, like stop. And I think, and Jeff Burton put it a good way one time. He's like, when he went to the car tomorrow, he's like, did you care? He's like, no, it's another car to race. Like, I don't care.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, it probably drove like crap. And when you come out of the Gen 4 car, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, COT was Gen 5, and then we had Gen 6, and now we're in Gen 7. Okay.
Yep.
It just clicked for me.
No.
The Gen 4 car was honed over probably 20 years.
Yes.
To be what it was. And that was,
sure.
I mean, I'm sure, have you ever seen the pictures of like the above shots of some of the Gen 4 cars near the end of their lifespan and how twisted it was? Awesome from a not cheating, but innovation perspective.
Sure.
That they would take this car and make it still fit a template. Right? Even though it was clearly jacked up.
Sure.
And it looked ugly as hell, but beautiful in its own way. But if you saw it on the road, you'd be like, what happened to that car? Was it in several wrecks and you don't know how to repair it?
Sure. Yeah.
Right? But so going from that car that was developed over such a long period to be as good as it was, to having to start fresh in a fresh sheet of paper or fresh canvas of the COT was probably frustrating for some.
Sure.
Because you had a certain feel in the Gen 4 car that you weren't getting in the Gen 5 car or the COT. Can we agree on this?
Okay.
The stupid names like COT and Next Gen need to go away.
I agree.
It's just next one's Gen 8. Like,
yes,
we need to give it a name, because now we're sitting here talking about the current car as the next gen car when it's not the next gen, it's the car.
Yes.
The car tomorrow was 20 years ago. I mean,
yes, absolutely. Let's call it number 5. We're calling it number 5.
Yeah, it was number 5, number 6, number 7.
I like number 6 some. I like number 5 some. Number 7, I'm still thinking about number 7.
Yeah,
I'm still thinking about
uh,
it. And then number 4, I like number 4.
4 was good. 3 was good.
3 was good. You know, I can't speak much for 1 and 2, but I don't know why I have an accent now.
Yeah,
but
2 was good. 1,
And there you have it, folks. A history of all of the different gens of NASCAR.
Pretty good.
Meh. What are you gonna
Really
do?
good.
What are you gonna do? Number 2, meh.
6, 7. But maybe one day we look back on Gen 7 because Gen 8 sucks. And we look back at Gen 7 going, we wish we'd get back to that.
Absolutely. The good old days of the
good
next
old
gen.
days of Gen
That was
7.
the old gen.
Yeah, the old gen, next gen. Oh, man. And with that, thanks for watching.
Absolutely. I'm Brandon. Thank you all for the support.
And thank you again to Bud Light and Sunsplash in Cape Coral, Florida.
Absolutely.
And with
Thank
that,
you guys.
have a great week.
Keep it between the lines.
Keep it between the lines. As Ricky Van Shelton said, keep it between the lines.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening to Talking NASCAR with Brandon and Clint. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Have a suggestion? Leave a comment down below. The boys would be happy to hear from you. Until next time, have a great week.